12th of September, Kriya team, earmark the date for the breakfast drive. Make sure all of you are there. I'm not going to be in Calcutta. And 19th of September, Sushil sir, Kolkata Unplugged 2, which is a photography one-day camp from 6 in the morning till 6 in the evening. We take you all around Calcutta, starting from a photo drive at Victoria, moving on to breakfast at Piccadilly, a tram ride from Baliganj to Howrah, then a photo visit to Kumartoli, followed by the heritage buildings of Sham Bazaar, finally ending with a boat ride at Jetty, and finally psychedelic photography at Park Street. So looking forward to seeing you in that one.
When is the next program?
19th September.
After that?
We haven't planned so much in advance. Yes, the first question and the most important question on everyone's minds right now. How did this young boy get into this profession? Right? Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, respected President Mr. Nevatia, respected Secretary Mr. Kumbhat, and members of Rotary Club of Calcutta Mahanagar, I, Saurabh Gupta, a director of Kriya. I am extremely humbled and privileged to be part of this August gathering. In addressing an issue, a topic which is very, very close to my heart, extracurricular activities for young adults and teenagers, as Mr. Kumbhat puts it. When I was given the topic, the first question that came to my mind was, are we really talking about extracurricular activities or the over-proliferation of extracurricular activities in today's modern times? A typical child who comes to a Kriya Institute and the parent who comes to meet me says, okay, my child has to go to school in the morning, then is followed by a tennis routine in the afternoon, followed by tuitions in the evening, and then finally he has dance classes, then he has Vedic Shloka classes in the evening, his time is earmarked for dinner, after which he has to spend family time, then he has to read a book, 5 pages specifically, watch his favorite channel, go to sleep on time, and he has to wake up at 6. Sounds like the perfect recipe for extracurricular activities, doesn't it? I beg to differ completely, and hopefully I'll be able to shed some light on whether extracurricular activities as an option or as an over-option. As an over-option is the bane of today's modern society. So the answer to the question that I would have been asked in the question answer session, how did I get into this profession? I'd like to take all of you to the year 2002, when I had become a financial analyst, and after a short stint as at a marketing summer job with Hindustan Lever, the question was what next, and I had the option, like many others, to bite the bait and get into a multinational where I could have followed the rat race and been part of the many, and there bit the entrepreneurship bug. And I used to be invited for I don't know for what reason, I used to be invited as a guest for judging a lot of summer camps that used to happen in Alipur in those days. There would be these camps which would be organized by a couple of ladies. You would have a turnout of about 20 odd children, and on the final day they would invite a couple of guests who would come and judge the activities that had been performed by the children, and prizes would be given for the same. And therein existed not only an outlet for a creative opportunity, but also business opportunity, which in marketing circles we term it as a brand positioning gap. We recognized that a brand could be created which could not only cater to a need in the market, but also fulfill the child in every one of us. And therein Kriya was born. 2003 at Conclave Club, we hosted our first ever workshop, and the market research that had been done by an amateur like me said that 20 children is the average that you would expect at a summer camp. A summer camp would mean that the children would come, have fun, eat food, and go back home. We decided to change a few things. We decided to revolutionize the whole idea of doing summer camps in Calcutta. We said, let's market this. Let's introduce the dirtiest word that most people recognize in this world, but for most people is the holiest one as well, which is marketing. Introduced workshops, summer workshops in a holy nexus to all and large by printing 2,500 brochures. And I was expecting, so let's say 40 children turn out, I'll be pretty happy, and we could probably sit and celebrate after that. A 7-day workshop at Conclave, 2,500 brochures later, we had an enrollment of 165 children coming for the first ever Kriya workshop, which made it the largest and the biggest ever Kriya workshop or a children's camp in the history of the city. Bigger camps have happened since then under our umbrella, but that in itself in 2003 was the biggest camp. 160 children managed by roughly 50 odd teachers in our very first camp, maintaining a student-teacher ratio of 5:1. And as we progressed through that camp, suddenly we realized, and I realized, that extracurricular options for children were a serious business. Not just a serious business in terms of commerce, but a serious business in terms of tapping the inner talent that lay within each and every one of us. And age was not a barrier, really not a barrier. Again, how was Kriya born? How was the genesis of Kriya in the first place? This is something I'm sharing on a public platform for the very first time. Kriya is actually born out of 5 elements. Just like there are 5 elements in nature, Kriya also derives its origin